Alright, welcome back to our How to Play Go series. In this lesson, we're going to learn about illegal moves and eyes. So first, let's look at an illegal move. If black makes this type of shape, and white tries to play in the center, you see that I'm not allowed to play there, because this is an illegal move. Illegal moves are moves that are suicide to play on the board. This means if I were to place the stone, it would be immediately captured because it has 0 liberties. The way to spot an illegal move is imagine placing the stone on the board. How many liberties does it have? It must have at least 1 liberty to be a valid move. If it has 0 liberties, then it's not allowed. This shape is called an eye. An eye is a spot where your opponent cannot play because it is an illegal move. However, eyes can come in various shapes and sizes, so we're going to learn a little bit more about this. But first, let's find the exception to the illegal move. Let's say I have a very solid shape like this. This shape has 1 spot that's an illegal move for white to play. However, the exception to the illegal move rule is if you are capturing something, then you can play a move that has 0 liberties. The reason for this is, after you capture something, the stones that were just captured will be removed from the board, and there you will have liberties. So, if you are capturing something, then you can capture and play an illegal move. This is very difficult to see as a beginner. First though, you must master if you have 0 liberties or not when you play on the inside. Then you must ask yourself, is this black's last liberty? Is black in Atari? If black is not in Atari, then likely this is not a move where you can play, and white will not be allowed to play inside. However, if it is black's last liberty, then white can play inside and capture the black stones. Now, how do we determine if something is alive or dead? Because if getting surrounded, then no matter what, you can get captured eventually, as long as it's your last liberty, then we need to determine, how am I going to live? How do I create a group that is impossible to capture? Well, we already said this shape is an eye. It's illegal for you to play. To live, you need 2 eyes. This is a very important concept, so I'll repeat it. To have a living group, you must have at least 2 eyes. So let's look at a shape. Let's say I play this way. Here, I have 2 eyes. So even if white surrounds me, I'm completely alive. Why am I completely alive? Well, am I in Atari? No. Atari means you only have 1 liberty. Here, black has 2 liberties. Can white play inside of here and fill this liberty? No, this is an illegal move, because white has 0 liberties if white were to play inside. This spot is the exact same. White has 0 liberties if I were to play inside. And I am not capturing anything. So because I am not capturing anything, this is not a valid move, and neither is this. So black has 2 liberties that white will never be able to take. In this case, no matter how many stones white plays on the board, this group will never die because it has 2 eyes. When you are trying to live, or you're trying to make a group that's not able to be captured, try and make 2 eyes. A good strategy for this at higher levels is to expand space, or expand your territorial space, because the more space you have surrounded, the easier it is to make 2 eyes in a desperate situation. That may be a little advanced, so we'll go more on that in a later video. However, make sure you fully understand this concept. You need 2 eyes to live. or 2 points that is illegal for your opponent to play. All right, let's go over a little bit different example. Sometimes eyes are not directly an eye, like we just saw. Sometimes these type of abstract eyes or large eyes are considered eyes as well. What do I mean by this? Well, it looks like it's an eye, but remember, an eye is an illegal spot for your opponent to play. But here you can see I can play on the inside because I have 1 liberty. This 2 in a row shape is considered 1 eye because after white plays on the inside, black can simply capture, and then white cannot play inside again. So let's review this a little bit. This 2 space in a row, while it's not illegal for white to play, eventually it will become an illegal move for white to play. If white plays inside, black can simply capture. So, in shapes like these, where your opponent is allowed to technically play inside the space, if eventually you will capture the white stones and make an illegal spot for your opponent to play, then it's still considered an eye. However, there are some various shapes that we will get more into later that can be considered false eyes or fake eyes, or can be reduced to 1 or 2 eyes. At higher levels of play, it'll be vital to determine how much space a certain eye is, or how much space has how many eyes. For now, just remember, you need 2 eyes to live, and eyes can come in various shapes. But originally, a single spot like this can be considered an eye because it's an illegal move for your opponent to play. And larger eyes, while your opponent can play inside, will eventually be reduced down if your opponent keeps playing, down to a single point where your opponent is not allowed to play. In the next video, we'll do some example problems to master this concept. Please do not fear this concept. If you think it's too complicated or doesn't make too much sense, just take it 1 step at a time. Life and death is something even top professionals still have to master and practice. This concept, while the idea is simple, can become very, very complex in different scenarios. So just remember, an eye is an illegal spot for your opponent to play, and you need at least 2 eyes to live. From there, just do example problems until you master this concept. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.